Man, I love coming to the shop and just smelling the shop after being out for a week. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I kind of went on like a little hiatus and disappeared for a little bit. We had some stuff with family stuff going on, travels, vacations, stuff like that. I'm finally back out here in the shop, and last time that I was out here, I was working on a project, went ahead to go start it, and I was very disappointed in something that had happened. You know that term where you say you get what you pay for? I don't always find that true. Sometimes it is, and then other times it is not. For instance, this little hand plane right here came from Harbor Freight. It's their number 33, which is comparable to a Stanley number 3. This works great right out of the package. Everything works, it's really fine-tuned. I went ahead and sharpened it a little bit after I used it for a while, and it does a really good job. The one thing I don't like about it is that the handle's a little bit flexible, but I mean, that's not a big deal. For a beginner hand plane or a beginner hand tool user, this is a great plane. This would be a great entry plane for you to actually get into the world of hand tools. The adjustments are different than usual, where you have your adjustment back here and these are on the tops, but it's a great plane to start with. The one thing that I'm always wary about though when going to places like a Harbor Freight or a lower end priced tool store is their power tools. Hand tools are usually normal, they're hand tools. I mean, you get files, stuff like that from there, and usually they're pretty good. One thing that you have to be very cautious about is the power tools though. Now I have never personally ran in, stop hitting the camera. I have never personally ran into any issues with any of the Harbor Freight power tools. I've had their drill press, I got their lathe that works pretty good, and I've recently ran into an issue. So here we are, right here in front of me is Harbor Freight's 10-inch compound sliding miter saw. This thing has not been used very much. I've had it about a year and a half maybe. And it does alright. It bogs down a little bit on thicker material, but it's not a bigger saw. Well, the other day when I went to go make a quick video, I went to go use it. I plugged it in and went to go make my first cut. Found two issues. So when I always do my cuts on here, I would always go down and bring it down first. Make sure that everything lines up to where I want it, like you're supposed to. I mean, that's like a thing that you're just supposed to do. Make sure that you are correctly in the spot where you're going to be cutting. So I went to go down, and the thing is completely locked up. And then if you move the guard, it moves freely up and down. So something is binding up in here, but that wasn't the main issue. I can deal with that. That's simple. I can move a guard real quick, and then just to get it started. But when I went to go pull the trigger, nothing happens. This hasn't been used but maybe 30 times and nothing is happening. I don't know what the deal is. I saw a little bit of smoke come out of the machine or out of the motor the other day when I was using it. Now it doesn't work anymore. So obviously with a saw that's right about a year and a half old, I was kind of concerned about that issue. So I went ahead and tried to contact Harbor Freight, asking them for maybe a possible exchange. A lot of times with their power tools, you'll get some that are bad, but some are good. It's kind of hit and miss on their power tools. But I went ahead and tried to contact them and tried to do the right thing and say, hey, listen, the saw's messed up. I don't know what the deal with it is. Is there any possibility for an exchange? They never answer, ever. And I can see that they've read all my messages. They actually sent me one message that said, email this person. I haven't gotten a reply email. It is what it is. I'm gonna try to still return it and maybe at a local Harbor Freight, see what they do about it. But this isn't to bash tool companies and say, you know, one thing's bad or worse than the other. This is to see if you guys actually get what you pay for. If you guys buy cheaper tools, do you guys get a lot of use out of them, or do you guys consider them like a throwaway tool? Or do you guys save up and save up and save up and buy the $500 or $600 miter saw that will last you about 10 years, or do they actually last longer? I haven't been doing this long enough to figure that out. So I want your guys' opinions. Leave them in the comments below. I want to know if you guys actually get what you pay for, or if you guys try to stick with cheaper tools and just kind of use them as like throwaway tools. And that's another reason why I don't cover up brand names on my tools. Because if something's wrong with it, I want you guys to see so you guys can know to stay away from them. That rigid saw, it says rigid. Why? Because it's a good bandsaw. I'm proud to have that. That's why it's up there. I'm not getting paid to promote them. I enjoy their bandsaw. Bessie clamps. I show you guys Bessie clamps and stuff like that with their stickers because I enjoy their clamp. If I have cheap crappy clamp from like a Harbor Freight or Lowe's that flexes really bad, I want to let you guys know so that you guys know to stay away from them, not waste your money. Just like this miter saw. If I get another one and it's a dud again, why would I try to promote it and say, oh, you know, here's a good saw or here's a bad saw? I'm not going to try to do that. That's one of the main reasons why I don't cover up my brand names on my tools. It's not for promotion. You know, I have Craftsman tools. I have Harbor Freight tools. I have Rigid. I have tons of Blue Point for, you know, mechanic stuff. I want you guys to know what I use, so that you guys can know whether or not to use it or stay away from it. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about if you guys get what you pay for. I want to know, one, if I return it, if I should stick with it or maybe get rid of it or see if I can exchange it for something else, or if I should just call it quits with the miter saw, save up my money and actually buy a really expensive miter saw to maybe last 10-15 years. Let me know so I know what to do. Appreciate you guys watching. You guys stay tuned. There's gonna be lots of videos coming out. I've got the bookcase still needing to be finished up. A lot of other small projects coming up. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Leave comments down below. I'll see you guys next time.